Have you ever heard of a place so hidden, it feels like a secret? Imagine a land where the very air seems to hum with stories untold, where every gust of wind carries with it the echoes of ancient legends. These are not the places you find on the front page of travel magazines or in glossy brochures. Instead, they exist quietly, almost shyly, waiting for the right person to stumble upon them. A place where time moves slowly, untouched by the rush of the world. Here the days unfold at their own pace, measured not by the ticking of clocks, but by the gentle rhythm of nature. The people who live here have learned to listen to the rustle of leaves, the call of distant birds, and the soft murmur of the river as it winds its way through the heart of the land. Life is simple, yet rich with meaning, and every moment feels like a gift. There are still places like this on our planet, whispered about in legends and marked only on the most adventurous maps. These are the destinations that spark the imagination, places that seem to exist just beyond the edge of reality. They are spoken of in hushed tones by those who have glimpsed them, and sought after by dreamers and explorers alike. To find them, you must be willing to leave behind the familiar and venture into the unknown, guided only by curiosity and a sense of wonder. These are the places that call to us, inviting us to explore the unknown and discover the magic that lies hidden within. Each step taken here feels like a step back in time, a journey into a world where the ordinary becomes extraordinary. The landscape itself seems alive, as if it's watching, waiting to reveal its secrets to those who approach with an open heart. It's in these moments, surrounded by untouched beauty, that we remember what it means to truly explore. Today, I want to share with you the story of one such place. A place that has inspired countless tales, where every stone and tree seems to have a story of its own. It's a land that has remained untouched by the outside world, preserved by the people who call it home and the legends that surround it. As we journey together, I invite you to listen closely to the whispers of the wind, the crackle of the fire, and the voices of those who have come before us. A country so isolated, so remote that it feels like stepping into a different world altogether. Here the boundaries between myth and reality blur, and every moment is filled with the promise of discovery. So come with me as we set sail for the unknown, and uncover the secrets of a place that exists like a whisper on the wind, waiting for someone to listen. Imagine a journey that takes you across vast oceans where the only constant is the gentle rocking of your vessel and the endless blue stretching in every direction. The world you know slowly fades behind you, replaced by the boundless mystery of open water. Each day, the sun rises and sets over a horizon that never seems to get any closer, and the stars at night are brighter than you've ever seen, unspoiled by city lights or the noise of civilization. The air is filled with the scent of salt and adventure, and every wave that breaks against the hull is a reminder that you are venturing into the unknown. Far from the familiar shores of home, you leave behind the comfort of routine and the certainty of maps. The coastline you once recognized becomes a faint memory, a thin line on the horizon that eventually disappears altogether. Out here, time seems to slow down, and you begin to notice the subtle rhythms of the sea, the way the wind shifts, the calls of distant seabirds, the ever-changing patterns of the waves. It's a place where you can truly lose yourself, and perhaps find something new within. You sail for days, perhaps even weeks, the horizon stretching endlessly before you. The journey is not just a test of endurance, but of patience and spirit. There are moments of doubt, when the vastness of the ocean feels overwhelming, and moments of awe, when the beauty of nature leaves you speechless. Storms may roll in, tossing your boat and challenging your resolve, but they pass, leaving behind a renewed sense of purpose. Each sunrise brings hope, and each sunset marks another day closer to your destination. Then, just when you begin to wonder if the journey will ever end, a speck appears in the distance. At first it's almost imperceptible, a tiny dot against the vast blue canvas. But as you draw nearer, it grows, taking shape and color until it transforms into an emerald jewel rising from the sea. The sight is breathtaking, a reward for your perseverance and courage. The island seems to shimmer in the sunlight, its green hills and white beaches promising adventure and discovery. This is our destination, a country known only to a fortunate few, a place untouched by the crowds and chaos of the modern world. Here, nature reigns supreme, and the landscape is as wild and beautiful as it was centuries ago. The beaches are pristine, the forests dense and mysterious, and the waters teeming with life. It's a sanctuary for those who seek solitude, inspiration, or simply a break from the ordinary. Reaching this hidden gem is no easy feat. The journey demands resilience, adaptability, and a willingness to embrace the unexpected. The coastline is rugged, with waves crashing against jagged rocks and narrow inlets. Navigating these waters requires skill and determination, and even the most experienced travelers can find themselves challenged by the elements. But it is precisely these obstacles that make the arrival so meaningful. Every hardship faced along the way becomes a story to tell, a memory to cherish. Flights are rare and often delayed, weather conditions unpredictable. The remoteness of this place means that modern conveniences are few and far between. Sometimes the only way in or out is by a small plane that lands on a windswept airstrip, or by a boat that braves the open sea. Storms can ground flights for days, and the isolation can test your patience. But for those who make the effort, the reward is a sense of accomplishment and wonder that few destinations can offer. But it is precisely this challenge, this journey to the edge of the map, that makes arriving here so incredibly rewarding. The first step onto the untouched sand, the first breath of fresh island air, the first glimpse of a world that feels both ancient and new. These are moments that stay with you forever. In a world where so much is mapped and measured, there are still places that can surprise us, places that remind us of the thrill of exploration. And for those willing to seek them out, the edge of the map is not an end, but a beginning. The first thing that strikes you is the silence. A profound, almost reverent silence, broken only by the gentle whisper of the wind and the crashing of waves against the shore. This is a place where nature reigns supreme, where landscapes remain untouched and unspoiled by the hand of man. Towering mountains pierce the sky, their slopes cloaked in emerald forests. Crystal-clear rivers wind their way through valleys carpeted in wildflowers, their waters teeming with life. And along the coastline, hidden coves and pristine beaches beckon, their sands as white and soft as powdered sugar. But the true beauty of this hidden land lies not just in its landscapes but in its people. Warm, welcoming, and deeply connected to their heritage, they possess a spirit of generosity and kindness that is both humbling and inspiring. Their traditions are woven into the very fabric of their lives, from the intricate designs of their handmade clothing to the ancient stories passed down through generations. To spend time with them is to experience a way of life that is both timeless and profound, a reminder of the simple joys that connect us all. Imagine waking to the sound of birdsong, the gentle chorus of nature greeting you before the world stirs. The first rays of sunlight slip through the cracks in your wooden cabin, painting the walls with gold. Outside, the air is cool and fresh, filled with the promise of a new day. You take a deep breath and for a moment you feel as if you're the only person on Earth, surrounded by a world that has remained unchanged for centuries. The air is thick with the scent of frangipani and salt, a fragrance that lingers on your skin and in your memory. Every breath you take is a reminder that you are far from the noise and rush of city life. Here, the only soundtrack is the rustle of leaves, the distant crash of waves, and the occasional call of a bird overhead. The world feels slower, softer, and infinitely more alive. Days unfold in a rhythm dictated by the land itself. You set out to explore hidden waterfalls, their waters tumbling down ancient rocks veiled in mist and mystery. Each step through the rainforest is an adventure, lush, green, and teeming with life. The air is alive with the hum of insects and the distant chatter of monkeys. Sometimes you pause just to listen, to let the sounds of the wild seep into your bones. Or maybe you choose to spend the afternoon on a secluded beach, the warm sand slipping between your toes as you watch the waves roll in. The sun sets in a blaze of color, painting the sky with hues you never knew existed. Time seems to stand still as you let yourself simply be. No deadlines, no distractions, just the soothing rhythm of the ocean and the gentle caress of the breeze. As evening falls, you gather with locals and fellow travelers, drawn together by the simple joy of community. The air is filled with laughter and the soft glow of lanterns. Strangers become friends as you share stories and experiences, united by the magic of this untouched place. There's a sense of belonging here, a feeling that you are part of something timeless and true. Meals are cooked over open fires, the flavors rich and earthy, the recipes passed down through generations. You watch as hands expertly prepare each dish, transforming simple ingredients into a feast. The food tastes different here, fresher, more vibrant, infused with the spirit of the land and the warmth of those who prepare it. Every bite is a celebration of tradition and togetherness. Later you sit around the fire, listening to stories told in languages you might not understand. The words flow like music, their meaning carried in the tone, the laughter, the pauses. You watch the faces around you, lit by the flickering flames, and realize that some stories don't need translation. They are felt, not just heard, echoes of joy, sorrow, hope, and wonder that transcend words. In these moments you feel a connection that goes beyond language or culture. It's a feeling that settles deep within your soul, a sense of shared humanity, of being seen and understood, even in silence. The warmth of the fire, the kindness in a stranger's eyes, the shared laughter, all of it weaves a tapestry of memories you'll carry forever. Here, in this untouched world, you find the rare gift of solitude. You unplug from the outside world, letting go of screens and schedules, and reconnect with yourself. You journal your thoughts, meditate in the quiet, and rediscover the simple joy of being present. Nature becomes your companion, your teacher, your sanctuary, and as the stars emerge overhead, you realize that the true beauty of this place lies not just in its landscapes, but in the connections you make, with the earth, with others, and with yourself. In a world untouched, you rediscover the simple, profound beauty of being alive. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself here. Can you feel the warm sun on your skin, the soft sand beneath your feet? Can you hear the gentle lapping of turquoise waves against the shore, the laughter of children playing in the distance? These experiences, these moments of pure joy and wonder, are waiting for you in this hidden paradise. All you have to do is dare to dream, to take that first step and embark on a journey that will stay with you long after you return home. Our world is a tapestry of cultures, each one unique and beautiful in its own way. It is in these hidden corners of the globe, far from the well-trodden tourist paths, that we find the true richness and diversity of human experience. By venturing beyond the familiar, by opening ourselves up to new cultures and perspectives, we broaden our horizons, challenge our assumptions, and ultimately become more compassionate and understanding individuals. So, I encourage you to be curious, to seek out the unknown, to embrace the adventure that awaits. The world is full of hidden gems, of places that will take your breath away and fill your heart with wonder. Whether it's this remote island nation or another hidden treasure waiting to be discovered, there is a world out there ready to captivate your senses and ignite your spirit of adventure. Go, explore, discover. But as you do, remember to tread lightly, to respect the cultures and environments you encounter. Engage with open hearts and open minds, and you will find that the world, even in its most remote corners, welcomes you with open arms. For it is in these moments of connection, of shared humanity, that we truly discover the beauty and wonder of our world. Go gently, go kindly, and let the adventure begin.